Hello YouTube, this is Z Masters, returning to you from Team Taisaku. This will be my first video back on the page with the team, and right now you're staring at my vector mat, which shows the different faces of vector. This is my favorite mat I got from a good friend for my birthday, so what I'm going to do is my Archfiend deck profile for my return to Team Taisaku, since it is my favorite deck at the moment. It's a beautiful deck. I really want it to be competitive, and I'm hoping that this deck profile will get people to comment and give me suggestions. But right now, it's actually pretty decent. I'm going to start off. I'm sorry, I'm back on a phone using this. I'm going to start off with the first of the Trinity Archfiends, which is Archfiend Eris. This one came out in Live Judgment, or Judgment of the Light. It is a beautiful Archfiend card because when she's destroyed by battle or sent to the graveyard by a card effect like Dark Hole, Torrential, or being detached by Zen mains, you get to search your deck for any Archfiend card. So she has 1000 attack, 0 defense. She's a beautiful card in combos. Like, if I draw her first hand, I'll just set her and then let her die, so I can use her effect. Next we have Triple Cavalry, 1900 attack, 0 defense. He's a level 4 Archfiend. When he's destroyed by a card effect, you get to special summon an Archfiend from your graveyard, as long as you don't, but you can't attack that turn with the Archfiend that you summon. So very useful. Also came out in Judgment of the Light. This one came out just recently in Shadow Specters, Archfiend Giant. I run 2 of him. His effect is when he's destroyed by a card effect, you get to special summon an Archfiend from your hand. Once per turn, you can save him by paying 500 life points. 2400 attack, 1600 defense. He's a pretty good beater. I mean, he's level 6 and he can attack over a lot of stuff. This deck will change a little bit with Archfiend Commander. I will tell you the cards I will be taking out for 2 commanders at the least. Because when he's when you control an Archfiend, you can special summon him, but you have to destroy a card on the field, Archfiend card on the field, and then if he's tribute summon, you can special summon a level 6, and he's another Sun Skull, and attack him, all those stats. Sorry. Next we have Skull Archfiend of Lightning. I run him as a beater. His effect is, if he's targeted, you can roll a 1, 3, or 6, and it'll negate that card. Plus, he has maintenance costs of 500. He's one of the older Archfiends. I use him as a beater, plus he's 1 tribute to summon. We have Archfiend Empress. She's beautiful because if her Dark Fiend type is to be destroyed, you can banish a Dark Fiend in place, but it has to be exactly 1. Plus, when she's destroyed into the graveyard, you can special summon a level 6 or higher Dark Fiend type. So she's beautiful in the deck, especially with Triple Emperor. Love Emperor because you can banish 1 Archfiend card, which includes the field spell and any traps, to destroy a card on the field. You can normal summon him without tributes, but his attack is cut in half, which goes from 3000 to 1500. But he is a beautiful monster, like, no joke. Next, because my deck needs a trap card to be in the hand at the right time, I run 2 Cats of Ill Omen. Its effect is, when it's flipped, you can add a trap card from your deck to the top. But if Necro Valley is out, so like if I'm facing Gravekeepers, the trap can be added straight to my hand instead. Next, we have 2 Dark Greffers. Discard a level 5 or higher Dark type, special summon him. Discard a Fiend or a Dark monster to send a Dark from your deck to the graveyard. He's beautiful because when you use his effect, as long as you don't expect to use Eris from the discard, you can send Eris from the deck to the graveyard and use her effect. So he comes in handy. Next we have 2 Masked Chameleons. This card is the most beautiful tuner I've had. When he's normal summoned, you can special summon a monster with 0 defense from your deck to the field. So I have 2 targets. If I bring out Cavalry, that's a level 8. If I bring out Emperor or Eris, that's a level 7. The only downside is you can't normal summon him when you have a level 5 or higher. So he's a backup card. Next we have the non-Archfiend Fiend cards, which we have 2 Tour Guides. When she's normal summon, you special summon a level 3 Fiend. So you bring out Eris, you overlay into Fortune Tune or Zen mains, and they come in handy because you can go into a lot of rank 3s. Then we have 1 Dark Ruler Hades. This card has won me a few games against like Lightsworns because any Fiend type that battles and destroys a monster negates that monster's effect. But he can't be special summoned from the grave. So you summon him, you attack over a Raikou. The Raikou wouldn't get its effect because it's destroyed by Fiend type. Next we have the spell cards. Now my spells are very small amount. First we have triple Palabyrinth. This field spell is beautiful. It can be searched out by Eris. All your fiends, just yours, gain 500 attack. And then you can target 1 Archfiend on your side of the field, banish another Fiend type, and special summon a monster of the same level as the Archfiend, as long as it's another Archfiend. So you have Emperor out, you can banish another Fiend type, bring out Empress, or another Emperor, and it's beautiful. Like, a lot of Infinity players use it nowadays. Next we have 2 Falling Downs. Falling Down is a snatch steal, it equips to a monster, you take control of it. It's automatically destroyed if you don't control an Archfiend card, which means if you have the field spell out, you can protect. Falling Down doesn't get destroyed. But you take 800 points of damage during your opponent's standby phases. 1 Foolish Burial to send Eris and get her effect. 1 Dark Hole. Next are traps. We have 2 Archfiend's Roar. Because you pay 500 life points, bring out an Archfiend for the turn. At the end phase, it's destroyed. You bring back Cavalry, it dies. You bring back another monster. You bring back Eris, you get to search your deck. Next, my favorite trap is Triple Sinister Yorishiro. This trap allows you to normal summon Fiend type monsters with no tributes once per turn. And if 1 Fiend type monster that was normal summoned would be destroyed, you can send this to the graveyard instead. So that's why I run Dark Ruler Hades, because I can normal summon without tributes. Plus, my Emperor can be normal summoned without tributes as long as this is out on the field. And Emperor would be at full power and doesn't have to die at the end of the turn. Next, we have 2 Dark Bribes, because I hate people with other field spells. I'd rather have them draw than play another field spell. And then 2 D Prisons, because it gets rid of monsters. And 2 Call the Haunted, because if your opponent targets it with MST, you activate, bring back Cavalry or Eris, it dies. So it's also your replacement for Monster Reborn nowadays. Next, we have the extra deck. Sorry, I had to answer a message. We have number 49, Fortune Tune. When it can save itself twice by detaching materials, and because it's like Zen mains where it's not a cost, you can get Eris. Then during your standby phases, you gain 500 life points, and then if Fortune Tune is ever sent to the graveyard by tributing, by being destroyed, you get to reload 2 level 3 monsters plus itself into your. This goes to your extra deck. The 2 level 3s go back to your main deck. Next we have Zen mains. Same thing. If it's to be destroyed, you can save it by detaching, and because it's not cost, you get Eris effect, plus at the end phase you get to blow something up. Muso Rhythm, just in case if I Emperor out. Emperor limits your special summons to only Fiends. And Muso Rhythm, if he attacks a monster, he can double his own attack. And if you have the field spell out, because he is a Fiend, he goes up to 2,000, and then his effect brings him up to 4,000. Next we have Ghost Drake Alucard, because he pops face downs. Leviair, because I banish a lot. Maestro, just in case if I have Emperor out and I need another monster. Sealstorm Roach. Utopia. Number 66 Master Key Beal because I can bring him out and then target my field spell and protect it. Crazy Box. I do have a card to help out with Crazy Box's effects. Next we have Scrap Archfiend. Stardust Spark Dragon. Yusei's dual dragon in the manga. It has the ability to protect a monster once per turn, or one card once per turn, and it can only, or it targets a card, protects it for a turn. It's beautiful. Crimson Blader helps win games. Now, Red Dragon Archfiend is a special one. You can actually target this with your field spell and then banish a fiend to bring out an Emperor or Empress because it's also level 8. And the field spell says target one Archfiend card. Next we have Scrap Dragon. No expressions really needed for Scrap Dragon. Next we have the extra deck, or the side deck. We have Morphing Jar. I feel it wrecks a lot of fields. I mean, your opponent attacks into it, gets rid of the field. Bandy's Fiend, because I can normal summon without tributes, and he stops specials. 2 Gemini Imps for Dark Worlds and such. 2 Kaikus. 2 Chain Disappearances. 1 EEV. 2 Mind Drains. 1 Heraldry Record, because Heraldry Record negates like Ophion and destroys it. Deck Devi at 1. And 2 Skill Drains. I'm citing the Skill Drains because Emperor does still die at the end if you use Skill Drain and you summon Emperor. But it helps out with like Crazy Box and such. So if I use it if I run into a deck that's field heavy on their effects. Well, this is the Archfiend deck profile. I will be posting onto Team Taisaki from now on. And I hope to hear your comments and subscriptions. I hope you subscribe to the Team Taisaki page. And I hope to get people to do more live duels. This is Master Z signing off.